Before we begin, I would like to give credits to my friend Blade. His channel will be on the screen, and I really advise you guys to subscribe to his channel, and also while you're at it, subscribe to mine.
Blade YT here. I'm here to talk about a popular figure in our community named Xrealm, also known as Xrealm, however you want to pronounce it. He's being accused of some actions he recently committed. These actions are counted as the following: inappropriately talking to people while minors are around. 2. Surrounding himself by these staff that abuse their power and privileges and say very insulting and vile stuff to people. And 3, he's abusing the PvP leaderboard. He's bringing it to his server. Now, originally, no one had a problem with this, but he's just using it for the player base, and nobody's actually playing it. He's just destroying the entire community. Let's just go into this one by one. First off, let's talk about his staff named Steven. He's not a great guy, and you're probably saying to yourself, well, whatever, Xrealm doesn't control what his staff says. That's alright, but the staff, he must have consequences. This tarnishes his career as well if he does not take action, which he never takes action. He just lets it be. Just because someone named Elder / Friction took a shot at Xrealm and tried to expose him does not mean you should try to purposely gather information on them just because of this and try to expose them. For instance, I'm going to show some evidence on this, and it will just explain it for itself.
Before Blade goes on to show some evidence, I highly advise you guys to pause on every screenshot to get a deeper understanding.
As you can see about those first couple of screenshots, it's not looking too good. And listen, I get that Xrealm didn't directly say it, but that's his staff, people he is meant to be in charge of, but he does not take the responsibility of actually taking charge. He only does it if it affects him badly, which sucks. So, now that we've been over that, let's go to our next topic. Him taking the PvP leaderboard. Now, exactly, I'm not concerned about taking the PvP leaderboard. That needs to stop. He should have asked more people in the community what they thought about that. Nothing to do now. But he had this kit called Crystal. He copied it from other people. Whatever. But here's the issue. He used Elder's kit, and which was whatever. Elder was fine with it. But when Elder asked to use Crystal, he said no.
What Blade means to refer to here is the fact that me and my brother made a kit called Verk's Kit, which traps your opponent with mud. The aspect of mud in PvP had never been used before, and since we brought it, we made it our official kit, the same kit that Xrealm uses now without our permission.
So, Xrealm copied Elder's kit when he told him to stop after that, but Elder couldn't use his Crystal kit. It's very hypocritical. These next few screenshots will explain that. As you can see by the following screenshot there, that Xrealm made this Crystal kit when he actually just stole it for Minecraft. Whatever, nobody cared really. But Elder can't be called for making this mud kit, which is solely made from mud where you stop players mid-air, catch them, and basically like a cobweb in Minecraft. That's the best way to describe it. And Elder couldn't use the Crystal kit, but Xrealm could use his kit and just copied it without permission, which is just plainly rude, not cool, and hypocritical. You can have ideas, but we can't. He can apparently create a kit that even though it's already made, but Elder can't brand a kit when he actually was the first to come up with the full-on idea and make the kit first. It's stupid. But we're gonna get on to our third topic. The final and third topic is about Reddit RPG stuff. If you're not into that, please click off the video. But Xrealm has talked about things to minors that should not be said, and the worst part is, regardless of it, even if he did know they were minors, he should. This is a kid's game. He knows people play it, and he's a full-on adult, by the way. He was like 21, I'm pretty sure, or 20. He's an adult though. Besides the point, let's get on with the rest of this. As you can clearly see by all of the last screenshots there, he is harassing minors. He's talking to minors about sexual things. He's saying these things to minors, and I would like you to keep in mind that this is like a regular basis, and it's kind of concerning. It's SS, and he's gotten away with it for a while now. So in total, we have someone who's a hypocrite, tells people that they can't change when they need to change. He stole someone's kit, wouldn't let someone use his kit even though he stole their kit. He's talking to minors about sexual content, which he knows this game is full of minors. It's a child's game. And finally, we have where his staff, which he is in charge of, are harassing, abusing their power, and insulting and threatening players. Regardless, if you hate someone, you should never do that.
Major thanks to Blade for explaining all this, and now I simply want to explain something very important. Xrealm used KPVP's arena, which I was not aware that Game Master had allowed it, but at the same time, Xrealm uses the kit called Mace. And let me tell you the origin of Mace. The original Mace was created in a server called Infuse Survival. Infuse Survival was an SMP owned by me and a staff called Covacious, who was one of the most original masters of metadata, and he had come up with the Mace for a legendary weapon to act as... One of my staffs had created the Mace to act as a legendary weapon in our SMP. Now, Covacious has a friend called Mythical. Mythical then went on to use that exact same idea Kova came up with, Kova's Mace, for Game Master in his server. Even though it was never allowed, we are okay with it because Game Master is a fellow PvPer. But at the same time, then Game Master probably went on to allow Xrealm to use Mace, even though we never agreed to that. The original creator, me and Covacious, have never agreed for Xrealm to use our Mace. I hope you've had a good understanding of the situation. Thank you for watching the video, and massive credits to Blade for making this possible.